everyone, it's Tyra Walks. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome, and welcome again. Alright, so we're going to get a little personal on today. Just wanted to kind of share my journey and my testimony as to why I moved back home. Now, if you follow me on social media, Instagram, I already talked about it a little bit. I also wrote a blog, which I'll put the link at the bottom because you need to be subscribed to my blog anyways. So I'm very transparent on my blog. So very, very transparent. If you want authenticity, if you want just raw realness of what I go through and things like that, advice, I talk about it all on the blog. It's called the Faith Walk blog. So today we're going to be talking about why I moved back home. Now, if you've been following me for a little bit, I'm originally from Jacksonville, and then I moved to Tampa to go to school, and I stayed after I graduated, and now I'm back home. And the big question may be why, I wish I had an answer to that. Okay, so we're just gonna dive on it. Okay, so yes, I moved back home, and to a lot of people that may seem like you're going backwards. Oh, you leave to go to college, you keep going. If you're gonna move, you go to another city, you never come back home. And coming home honestly has a negative connotation, and trust me, I was one of those people that saw the negative in it instead of the positive. So okay, where do I begin? So I am a media junkie. I love entertainment news. I love lifestyle news, blog type shows, blogs, just fun things. I'm also really into news as well. I went to school for broadcast news, journalism, all that good stuff I'm really interested in. I'm more so focused on the entertainment side of the news, more so the hard news, but I'm definitely open to all sorts. I had a job as a baseball host, H-O-S-T. So I really love sports too, but not as like watching it, just like entertainment purposes, like getting the crowd hyped and doing fun games with the kids, the audience. That's my type of thing. So I had a really good job in Tampa as a host for the Tampa Tarpons, and so I was also working part-time at Macy's. So it was cool, I graduated in December 2017, and so it's now 2019, it's August 2019. And so I really still haven't had that career job, that boom, putting me on the map type of thing and just sorting me off, right? And that's always been kind of a battle for me, just finding something in my field that's very purposeful and meaningful to me, like where I can make an impact. And so it's just been very hard trying to find a job. And if you're a college grad and you graduated without securing the bag, securing the job, then you know that like after college, depression can kind of kick in if you let it. But the devil is a liar, we're not gonna be depressed out here, okay? But yeah, it kind of kicked in a little bit because I just really wanted to be either on the news or on somebody's talk show as a host or an intern or something. I just wanted something, very still grateful for what God had already had given me, but just wanting to really push my career to the next level. And so I just kept getting denied after denied after denied from like news stations as a MMJ, which is a multimedia journalist. Shoot, even videography, like just getting denied. So I finally got a interview to be an MMJ multimedia journalist for a news station in West Virginia. Now I won't say the company's name. And so it looked really promising and everything like that. So passed the interview, went through stage 2 of the interview, pretty much, knew I had a job without even having it confirmed yet. So a couple days later they told me, we really want you to be here in West Virginia for this news reporting job. So I was like, bet, I was turned up. I was like, hey, okay. And so they gave me a weekend to think about it. So I was like, okay, this is it, you know, this must be God, you know, it's been so long since I've even received an email for an interview, so here we go, you know. And so, but God told me to just go on a fast, you know. He would say, go on a fast, I'm going to reveal to you the answer. So I took the weekend and I went on a fast. Any big decision I have to make, it's just, I always go on a fast just so I can hear God for clarity and to hear his voice. I told my family, don't call me for 3 days. I told my friends, don't call me for 3 days. I just really wanted to just be me and God so I can really hear clear as day what he wanted me to do. So in this 3-day fast, so, you know, I wasn't on social media, no social media. I didn't eat for half the day. I was just really in my worship, just reading my Bible. I was just secluded in my room for 3 days. I only went out to like go to work. So in this fast, God told me, I'm praying, God, show me if this is meant for me to go to West Virginia. You know, I know there's not many black people there, but if it's meant for me to go there, confirm it, you know. Instead of God confirming to go to West Virginia, God said go back home. I was like, that's not an option. That wasn't even on the table. I was so confused. I was like, go home, go. I'm already home. You know? He was like, no, go home to Jacksonville. And I was so confused. And here I was like, Lord, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this since December 2017. And you want me to go home where there's like there's no job opening, there's no type of interview, there's just, you know, there's just nothing there. I mean, my family, of course, love my family, shout out to y'all. But, you know, it just wasn't like any career reason, you know, to come to Jacksonville. And so God said, he said it clear as day. It's clear as I'm talking to this camera right now. It was just clear as day. And so I called my mom and called my dad. And they literally was like, you know, we've been praying to him. God said that too, but we didn't want to call you, you know, we didn't want to influence you. Because they know I hear from God. So, you know, it's like, you know, we're all in one accord, you know, God told us that too. So then I had to tell the job, but I can't come. And I was just so confused, y'all. I was so confused. I am a believer. I am a praying woman. But when I tell you I was very confused, I'm not even going to sit here and lie. I was confused. I was questioning, did I hear from God? And I had to rebuke that because I'm like, you know what? I know I hear from God. I'm secure in that, you know, in that fact. And then I was reminded about a dream I had earlier this year, the first week of January. In the dream, so I had 2 roommates. So in the dream, it was us 3, and in the beginning of the year, one of them left. Sort of like in the middle of the year, another one left, and then it was just me by myself. And then I left. And I ignored the dream because I didn't want to come home. I was like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to be venturing out very soon. But when I tell you the dream came to pass, all 3 of my roommates, we all left. My first roommate, Sam, left. Phoebe left around the same time I did. But we all had no plan nor had any desire to go back home. Yet God told each of us to go home. And it's just mind-blowing to me. And so during that time, I was reminded that, oh, wow, I have to go home. So I come home like a month and a half later. But everything worked out. See, this is how I know it was God telling me to come home, because everything worked out so smoothly for me to come back home. Y'all, I had already renewed my lease. So I did not want to get out of it and have like such a big penalty or just have this on my credit. God just worked it out. Someone took over my lease. A friend of mine took over it. Both of my jobs, I left in good terms. My boss with my baseball job was like, if you want to come back next year, it's yours. You don't even have to reapply. It's already yours. Just everything worked out smoothly. I sold my old car because I had got a new one. Shout out to the Lord for that. And I sold it in a day. It was just, everything was just so smooth for me to come back home. So I'm home, and I was like, Lord, you haven't forgot about the kid, have you? Okay, so now I'm back home, right? I've been back home for like 3 weeks now. I didn't want to come home. I was talking to someone while I was still in Tampa, and I had to in that as well, because I was just praying and stuff, and God just really wanted me to just be focused here. And so I was kind of sad about that, because I wasn't talking to no one for a while. But we're good friends still, so it's all good. But you know, I had to follow God and just hear him. He wanted me to be alone and focus here in Jacksonville with no distractions, and just, you know, just focusing on him. And so it was just hard to leave Tampa. It was very hard. My whole life was there. My friends, just my church. Oh my gosh, it was so, y'all, I cried my last church service in Tampa, because being at my church, shout out to International Harvest, they're my family. I've grown so much as a woman at that church. Just being more in tune with the Lord and having a relationship, I've grown so much. It was very hard to leave my church out of everything. But my friends and just like everything, my jobs, like it was, I cried, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. But coming back home, and then the first week here, like I said, I've been here for 3 weeks. The first week was very hard. I didn't want to get out of bed. I came to like no job or anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I just wanted to sleep all day. I just had no ambition, because I just couldn't figure out why God would tell me to drop everything and come back home with no plan, and to give up a job offer that I wanted something similar to that job. Granted, the pay wasn't going to be that great, but just to be in my field, it was just, you know, something I was looking forward to. But I just had to be obedient, and so the first week was just hard for me to just kind of readjust to being back home, living home with my mom, who she's been great during this whole process. Both of my parents have been, and so it was just trying to get readjusted to life here. So after I had my little pity party, you know, my dad was like, "You need to get it together," basically. He said, "You know God, if you know that God, without any doubt in your heart, you know that he told you to come back home, why would you give up on him now? Why would you give up on him now?" And I said, "You're right. Why would I give up on God? He's brought me this far." You know, and I'm just kind of reminded of the story of Moses and the people of Israel when God delivered them from Egypt, and they saw the Red Sea, and it was like they were panicking. And you know, when you read that story, you're like, why are y'all panicking? God brought y'all out of Egypt. He can do miraculous things. So why, you see this big sea, why are you panicking now? And God parted the Red Sea for them to go through that Red Sea without problems. And so I was reminded of that story. I said, okay, God, you brought me out of Tampa for a reason. Don't know what that reason is for, but I know eventually you will reveal it to me. So God, you brought me out of my Egypt. So here I am at the Red Sea, which is back home. So I need you to depart it now. Like, I need you to separate so I can get through this trial. You know, this trial of confusion, just confusion really, honestly, and just fear of the unknown. And so God really spoke through, you know, my dad, my mom, just a lot of people in my family, just like, you know, you need to trust God and have faith that he didn't bring you this far to leave you. You're going to get that career that you've been praying for, and it's going to happen in such a way that no one will understand it. No human can get the credit for it. It's going to be so explosive that God is going to take all credit for that, you know. And just all my family is just pouring this into me and encouraging me. And so I got through the first week, and I said, you know what, I gotta dust this off. This depression that's trying to come up on me, I gotta dust it off. Devil, you a liar, you know. And God, I know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I know I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You know, I'm just quoting these scriptures and just reminding myself that they who wait on the Lord will be renewed in strength, you know. You know, it's so many scriptures I can quote, but you know, I had to recite these and just know that I had to remember who I am and that I'm a child of God, and he knows the desires of my heart. So, you know, greater is in he than he who is in the world. And so I just had to just keep quoting these scriptures to get myself up out the bed. And so, you know, flash forward to like last week. So I listened to a sermon by Pastor Todd, okay, from Transformation Church, and if y'all haven't heard this sermon by now, it's called Crazy Faith. And I tell you, that was just mind-blowing. That whole sermon was just speaking to my soul. And then 2 days later, I listened to a sermon by my favorite Sarah Jakes Roberts called Reconstructing. And when I tell you, homegirl was like in my business and we don't even know each other. It was like she was talking to me, you know. God is stretching me and reconstructing me to just trust him. And so that's just why I made this video. I just want to encourage somebody out there who may just be in their desert wandering around like the Israelites and not knowing really what's going to happen next. I am here to tell you that God is about to turn your situation around. And I'm encouraging you, as I encourage myself, that God, his word will not return to you void. So if he has given something into your heart, placed something into your heart, has given you a word, you may not see it yet with your physical eyes, but you have to turn on your spiritual eyes and turn on your spiritual ears to listen to what God is telling you, to see what God is telling you. Trust me, I don't even know what's going on right now. I don't know, but I have the baby faith to get to my crazy faith, okay? Faith is size of a mustard seed. That's all it takes, you know. It's so small that's all that's required for us to just believe in God's promises. And so, y'all, when I tell y'all I'm letting God ride the boat, for real, stir the boat, Lord, because I don't know what's going on, but I know that I trust you, and I know that I have this new faith in me. I was really down. My friends, my family can tell you, I'm sitting here texting my roommates like, I miss y'all every single day. Every chance I get, I be like, I miss y'all, I miss y'all. I'm talking to my friends back from Tampa. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I miss y'all, you know. But just knowing, I have a peace now that I didn't have before, that I have now. A peace knowing that God is about to open a door. Y'all heard it first, okay? I don't know where it's gonna come from. I don't know who it's gonna come through, but I know that God is preparing me for such a time as this. In the meantime, I have a lot of free time now because I'm not working, but I have a lot of free time, so I've been working on a couple of things that I can't mention now, but stay tuned. I'm in the process of filming something for my YouTube channel, a new series that I'm really, really super excited about, and I'm going to be doing more videos on YouTube. I have neglected my YouTube. I really have, just complaining about I just had no time. I had no time, but now I have nothing but time. So I will be coming with more videos, and like I said, I have a blog, so y'all need to check that out. And yeah, y'all, just be encouraged. Have faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. That's all you need to please the Lord, is have faith. I'm gonna put down also in the description about some of my favorite scriptures that you guys can just kind of reflect on. Yeah, I love you guys, and pray for me as I pray for you guys. And God's gonna do it, y'all. Whatever you're praying for. And listen, I've been praying for this major thing to happen in my career since December of 2017. And we are in August. It's almost December now, you know. So, but when I tell you, I'm just at peace knowing that I've learned so many lessons during my wait season. So many lessons. So I don't regret it. You know, it's just preparing me for something so much greater. And I know that if you're in your waiting season, then God is preparing you for something great, and He's teaching you some things along the way. Sometimes some people you have to get rid of. I lost a couple of friends this year who I thought were my friends, and they were not. So I had to learn those lessons. Everybody can't go where you're headed, and that's just facts, and that's just that on that. You may have to lose some friends. You may have to lose some jobs. You may have to lose a whole city to get to where God needs you to be. And that is my encouragement for you guys today. Be blessed. I love you.